I'm Tom LeBlanc. I'm the editorial director for Commercial Integrator. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by Dan Coscarella at Camplex. Hey, Dan.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing well. So you do product development for Camplex, and you guys are involved in fiber optic cabling, and that's a really hot topic for the Commercial Integrator audience, especially over the last couple of years, where I think if you go back a few more years, there was maybe a little bit of reluctance when it came to working with fiber optics. And I think that's changed a lot over the last few years. I think, integrators are really embracing fiber optics for a lot of reasons. One has to do with, sort of the broadband connectivity that's needed with so many of these complex projects that they're working on. And there are a lot of other reasons, but when they consider fiber optic cabling solutions to work with, can you talk a little bit about what you guys offer that's unique?
Yeah, certainly. So Camplex has been around for a couple years now, and we've really mastered what we believe is the fiber optics for Pro AV and broadcast. That starts with understanding the customer needs in the field, building their confidence in the simplicity of the products, but also uniquely understanding it and delivering products that fit, that they work the application specifically. Fiber optics is a broad term. There's hardware, there's converters, there's patch bays, there's interconnects that you may need to adapt to. And Camplex has really worked hard to develop simple solutions, whether you just need to adapt from A to B, whether you need to extend a signal over single or multi-mode, whether it's a SMPTE or an optical con network, or just point-to-point deployments in the field. And what we do is we develop solutions with the customer in mind. And with that, it means when you plug in your cable, it works. And how we get there is often just by a simple SKU well described, so you know confidently what you're buying, or through a needs analysis, discovering what type of hardware the customer might have or what type of infrastructures they need, and delivering a product that is going to confidently fulfill that. We do thorough testing, we do interferometric testing, OTDR testing. We understand your optical budget to make sure that the product and the hardware together will work seamlessly. So it's a discovery process that we offer, understanding what they need in the field and how our products will fit that, not on a specific thing we want to sell, but on the specific need of the client on their behalf.
Yeah, so you mentioned, thinking in terms of what, dealers need when they're out in the field. I do think that, a lot of folks sort of think about the solutions that they might include in their tool belt in terms of how they'll play out during the project, during the sort of the stress and the fast moving pace of a project that they might be working on. Can you maybe paint a picture of what it's like to work with Camplex solutions when you're out there in the field? Maybe some examples might help.
Yeah, certainly. So we do a lot of design build consults with customers, or customers who need they need to send HDMI from point A to point B and are starting just at the beginning. So we may look at the type of signal format that they're using, not just the fiber cable. Look at the hardware they might be using and understanding the application. So you might need riser or plenum, you might need tactical, you might need something more rugged. And through that analysis, we can from the customer's perspective, understand what they need and quote the most appropriate product. If it's more of a larger build, like I was mentioning, a SMPTE design or a multi-camera shoot, understanding how to route those signals and the economies of scale. At times, a customer may say, I only need 2 fibers from my control room to stage left. And they may not realize that pulling that 500 feet of cable may cost more than the raw cable itself. So through the consult, we're able to say, hey, you may want to pull 4 or 12 fibers because the cost per fiber doesn't increase that much, where the labor is static. Whether you're pulling a 12 channel or a 4 or 2 channel, it might be the same cost for the labor. So preparing for the future is something we help them with, and also understanding how those signals interact, making sure that when they're building out a panel that they're thinking about the audio, the video, not just the data, so to speak, or understanding the full spectrum of the build. Again, consulting the customer to bring a higher level value, as opposed to just saying, yes, you need cable A, here it is. So Camplex works really hard to understand all those aspects and deliver a zero defect product, one that not only fits the application, but when it's delivered, you've received a high quality product with nothing but premium parts, connectors, and handmade here in Saugerties, New York.
Yeah, and Dan, you had mentioned earlier that you guys have been around for a couple of years, and you described a lot about the brand just now, and I think that's helpful for our audience. But also, InfoComm 2019 is coming up. That's another opportunity for more folks to learn about what you guys have to offer. Is there anything you really kind of hope that attendees at InfoComm 2019 might sort of walk away understanding about you guys?
Well, to touch on something you said earlier too, is the confidence of fiber. Certainly as a manufacturer, we have SKUs available, but with fiber optics, what we want to do is build a confident customer who comes back, and with that is education, cleaning, handling, understanding what they're installing, the pitfalls that may occur, and bringing up the market around us. I often try to relate fiber optics to the coax market, things that almost everybody will understand, right? In coax, you have RG59, RG6, maybe RG58 for antennas. You're going to have BNCs, RCAs, N-type, F-type, varieties of connectors. Which one do I need where? Well, the hardware is going to assist you in that, right? So fiber's a lot like that. You have single mode or multi-mode. The bandwidth of those cables varies. The application varies depending on the hardware itself. The connector is just the intermating connector. So depending on what you need there, you might need an ST or an LC or an SC. You may need duplex or simplex for one direction or two. So it sounds like a lot, but it's actually quite simple. And what we try to do is build confidence in our customers that when they're working with us, again, we understand their perspective, and what they're going to get is going to be simply applied. It becomes plug and play. It takes a journey to get there, but if we can at InfoComm bring up the knowledge of our customers and build their confidence and be a resource for them in that journey, we're confident that we can move forward together and grow the industry and build confidence in them. So when they're selling to their customers, there's a higher level confidence too, right? A confident salesperson delivers more business, and we want to pass that knowledge on through the layers of our market.
All right. Well, Dan Coscarella from Camplex, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to Commercial Integrators audience.
No, I appreciate the time, Tom. Thank you.